Hello, my friend. Welcome. This is another episode of the Back to Me podcast. And this week I am speaking with Edyta Palmi. And you may remember Edyta if you went and checked out some of the podcasts that I've been speaking on lately, other people's podcasts, because Edyta and Donita, I was on their podcast. And Edyta is telling me the story of when she moved to North America over 20 years ago, and she suffered some autoimmune problems and was having trouble getting help to resolve the issues. So she took matters into her own hands, and she has got so much wisdom and so many learnings around this, and now she helps other people. So have a listen. Let me know what you think, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. Take care. Hi, my friends. Welcome. This is the Back to Me podcast, and this is Heather, and I am super excited that you're here. You are going to hear some tips and some tricks and some ideas to help you live your happiest and healthiest self. I call it Back to Me because when you are taking care of yourself, back to me, then you can take better care of others, and we can all make the world a better place. This is Wellness Your Way, and I am super happy that you're here. Before we jump into this week's episode, I wanted to jump in here and tell you something really exciting that has happened for me. And I don't know if you are on my email list or if you have seen me posting about this, but I recently was featured in the national media, not one, not two, but 3 times. And I am super excited that this has happened and that the word is getting out there about what I'm trying to do to help the world and help you. If you go to my website, heatherstewart.coach, and you go to press, PRESS, it'll give you the links to those articles and you can have a look at them. And if you know someone who can benefit, please share this because I am on a mission to go out and save the world one person at a time. Take care, my friend. See you soon. Hello, my friend. Welcome. It's Heather. It's the Back to Me podcast. It's a beautiful day, and I hope you're having an amazing day as well. This is the day we get to talk to somebody amazing and find out something new, maybe, and something that will help us be better, always looking to be better. And today I'm talking to Edyta Palmi. Hi, Edyta.
Hello.
Hi. We were having a conversation before we came on that I didn't know what to call you. We settled on integrative manual therapist, even though you are much more, I know, than that. But I'm always curious, and the first thing I'm always curious about is how did you come into the world of wellness? What drew you into the world of wellness and helping people?
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
And I will be so happy to share my story. So how that started, I used to work for Social Security Office.
Yeah, I remember you told me.
Years ago. But I always, I was curious more about more stuff. And I remember one time I went to for my eye checkup, and I talked to the doctor, and I told him that was years ago before everything started. I asked him, it's like, you know, it's like I see the colors. Like when I close my eyes, I see the colors, and I don't know it's normal or it's not, because I talked to some people and nobody sees that what I see, and he just like look at me. It's like, I don't know if that bothers you or not. No, but it's like they sometimes they are just so bright, and I just don't know. Is this okay? Is this normal? So that was so many sign like this for me, but I wasn't really able to figure out at the time what is it really until when I moved from Poland to United States. And I think that was just definitely was a lot of stress for me, new place, everything new. And I changed my diet. And year after living here in United States, I just started feeling terrible. And I went to see all kinds of doctors to help me out, and was mm, no answers actually for me. And I was just feeling even more and more depleted, and to the point that I wasn't able to get up from my bed for a few
Oh,
days. I wasn't able to hold my cup to drink something. So, and I was thinking, like, okay, I'm just 33 years old at that time. And I don't want to live like this. So, um, I want to discover something else that is going to work for me. So I went back to Poland for a month, and I just took a month of vacation for myself. And my lovely brother took me to a psychologist, and she was also practicing Reiki. And I was so fascinated. I never heard about Reiki. And I didn't even know what is it, but her sessions with me helped me so much. And she told me that when I come back to United States, I need to find somebody who does acupuncture because the Western world medicine is not going to help me out with my thing. So, um, and she also said that I have so much power and healing energy, and she can't work with me anymore because I'm just like overpowering her gifts.
wow, that's amazing. From never having heard of it to suddenly like, sorry, you're too much.
I know, but she said that in a nice way. But at that
Yeah.
time, I didn't know what that mean. So when I got back to United States, and at the time already I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and going probably to lupus. And I was like, no, 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 I'm not going to live this way. Absolutely not. So I found the acupuncturist, and he helped me so much. And this is how I started. I found therapist who was practicing integrative manual therapy, and him, and I'm so grateful for him, always will be. And his patients send me out to school to learn about the physical body, and all the other aspects. And this is how I started. I was flying from Michigan to Connecticut School of Integrative Manual Therapy. And after just few courses, so probably like 2 weeks after, I realized that I'm in my power. And actually, I can change my life and I can improve my health. And I started practicing with him when I went back to Michigan after the first few courses. And I just fell in love with everything what is going in the body. And that was like a magical journey to me. I was like a child in a, in a candy store. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like all day long, every day, spending in his practice just to work with people and put my hands on. And that gave me so much happiness and so much joy. So took me actually 2 years, but that was before I went to the school, to get in alignment with myself and find out how I work.
Right.
um, how my body works and what is good for me, what is not. So I completely changed my lifestyle. I completely changed my diet. And actually, that was such a happy process for me. I felt every day like first time in my life, actually, I'm alive. I
Wow.
know what's going on within my body. I was able to use my gifts, and I find out that more healing I was doing on myself. Um, I found out that I can see chakras, colors. I'm able to see auras. I'm able to see what's going on, not just inside of my body, but I was getting signals what is happening in other people's body too. And that was a part of the fibromyalgia. I was just very sensitive and I was feeling other people issues. And I just could not figure out, is this me or is something else going on? And I learned how to separate myself from other people energies and issues.
Did you
And
have to learn that yourself, or did someone help you figure out how to do that?
um, that school that I started going to, and I took so many courses with them, and I'm so grateful for that. And they were teaching us how to separate ourselves from the rest of the world, and how to put ourselves in a bubble. And this is very important. And I still use it every day, especially in my practice. Before I start working with people, it's like, this is me, this is my stuff, and this is you, and they are your stuff, and we are going to keep it this way. um, and later, through my practice, my hands-on, from the beginning, I was learning how to separate myself from others, and that is actually so helpful for people working with other people, even like massage therapists.
Right.
Sometimes we have the tendency to take everything in and we come back home with all of it. So
Yes.
all the clients and everything what is happening. So so that basically, this is how I started, and this is how I still continuing
So
living my
the
life.
fibromyalgia diagnosis, I've found, like, for a long time, they just, if they didn't know what was wrong with you, they said, "You have fibromyalgia because
Mhm.
you fit these boxes, this must be it." But they never really understood what it was or where it came from.
Yes.
And, um, people are lost with what to do. And it's
Mhm.
so interesting that you found your way. Do you like, you work with people with autoimmune, right?
Mhm.
And do you find that there's similarities in
Yes.
what helps them or how it happened to them, or like, how do you help them?
I mean, usually it's could be some traumatic event
Mm,
or long period of being under stress, and our body is so patient with us. So sometimes we see after a few years the results of neglecting ourselves.
it's
And
patient until it's not.
yeah, on a different level. So when the body has enough, will definitely will give us notifications. It's like, okay, I have enough of you. We have to stop that. So and definitely a diet. Diet, it's a big part of. We are what we eat, and we are all different. So it's not one diet for everybody. Um, and being in touch with ourselves, it's the best thing. At least that's my opinion, to see what we are able to digest, what we are able to absorb. We are all different. So, and traumatic experiences in our childhood, and doesn't matter how, doesn't matter what was it, for individual is always traumatic. That also is not helping with our digestive and absorbing too. More stress we hold in our body, then a less absorption, and less absorption we have, basically.
Right, and if you can't absorb nutrients, you're
Exactly.
like, what are you gonna
Yeah.
you're running out deep pretty much.
Yes.
So did you find that it was the food? So, because you mentioned you changed your diet when you moved to the US.
Hmm.
I don't know what the diet is like in
Um,
Poland,
I
but or
mean,
was it more the stress, do you think?
in Poland, I used to eat like fresh food,
Mm.
and when I moved to United States, um, I didn't speak English at the time, so I didn't read the ingredients. But I was kind of amazed that bread has like 35 ingredients or something. Like my bread in Poland, next day was hard, and 2 days after it was a garbage. So it was definitely like just a few ingredients in everything what I used to eat. So that definitely didn't help my digestive system. So create so much of blockages in my body. So and stress definitely, just new country, everything new, that definitely trigger the autoimmune
Right. I was
autoimmune.
thinking one of those would be enough, but to
Yes,
have everything all at once, and
yes,
then you don't even speak the language, you
yes.
know?
Yeah, that
It's
was
like, let's
that
add another stress on there.
that was fun. That was fun, definitely. But that's why, in my opinion, we are able to help ourselves to get out of everything. Actually, if that's the free will, if that's the wish we have to get better, and because we are all different, that is that many different way of getting better.
Do you encounter
So
people who don't wanna get better?
yeah.
Really? I
Yes.
I can't imagine.
To the beginning of my practice, I was, yeah, let's come over. I'm going to help you out. No, that didn't work. I mean, um, we have to be at this moment in our life that we say to ourselves, enough, it's enough. That whatever is not working for me anymore. Obviously, I have all those results showing up for me, so I need to find a different way. um, I mean, so many people are giving up, you know,
Yeah.
on themselves too. So that's why, that's my also belief system, that the free will we have is, um, I'm choosing to get better, or I'm choosing to stay where I am. And where I am wasn't good. So,
Right.
um,
And I wonder if some people, they just can't imagine that they could be better,
yes,
right?
yes, that's, um, so it's a lot of definitely conversations, giving examples, trying new things. Every time when I see a new person, I always encourage them, change your diet just for a week. Don't eat this, or and just see how you feel. And after a week, eat that again. Like, stop eating pizza. After a week, eat the pizza, the amount that you used to eat before. And if you are not going to feel good, for me at least, that's a definitely example that I shouldn't be eating pizza.
Why would you choose pizza? Don't you know it's Pizza Friday?
But things like this. Sometimes people's like, I can't live without pizza. So it's like, you have a better options, maybe gluten-free pizza, maybe not tomato sauce, but you need to try it on your own body, what works for you.
Right. Have you found there's common ingredients that people, um, their bodies react to? I'm
Yes.
asking for a friend. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I see that often. It's repeating itself, but people are more conscious about eating gluten.
Mm,
And dairy, because they are processed. And if I eat gluten consciously, then
yeah,
I see the results right away. And even the flour is organic and non-GMO and things like this. It is still there's something that the body cannot digest. But Also, our emotions are stopping us from digesting our food too. So
Mm.
gluten is connected with me feeling as a victim. So
Wow.
she did that, he did that, she said that, he said that, and all other all kinds of things related to feeling like a victim.
So if you only eat ice cream when you're depressed, then ice cream makes you depressed?
Um, I'm actually definitely probably not helping the pancreas feel good, but the pancreas is screaming like, "Hello, I'm here." Do you
Now,
s
I'm curious about this because people talk about like I have been off dairy for, I don't know, over 20 years, but I will have goat,
Mhm.
which
I mean,
seems
some people are okay with goat because, um, it's like the milk pasteurized itself is just a different type of, milk, different
Mhm,
type of animal. Uh, but sometimes when every systems are flare up in a body,
right.
it to me, again, that's my opinion, the best idea is to stop eating everything too related to. I remember to the beginning, even I was trying like rice flour or potato flours. My body was reacting to it like a to different flour. So I just stopped eating eating bread at all, and we live on the sandwiches in Poland. So,
Well, I can remember when I stopped eating dairy that I I would go into restaurants and I would just get so frustrated because I would say, "Don't you have anything that doesn't have cheese on it?" I mean,
yes,
because North America seems to live on bread and cheese,
yes.
you know?
When I stopped eating bread, when I stopped eating gluten and dairy and everything else, and that was like a long time ago, more than 20 years ago. Then,
Before it became
mhm,
a thing, right?
yes, then couldn't eat. I couldn't buy stuff at the store really. Later, I learned how to make my own bread that I was okay with. If I felt like eating sandwiches, and definitely I didn't eat dairy for years. And right now, if we go somewhere and I have a dairy, it just sits in for days. I can feel just my body is like, please, we know better. Don't do
We don't
this.
need this. And I guess some people won't approach it because they think I've talked to people when I've told them that I don't eat dairy. They
Mhm.
say, "Oh, I can't. I can never. Never, never, never. Okay, I can never go without this or I can never go without that." But well, yes, you can,
Yes.
you know. It's not the end of the world. I think some people feel like they would lose some kind of like social interaction if they remove something because eating in many cultures is really integrated with social activity and we all of like you said all that emotional thing is tied together. So if you cut out dairy and bread, you'll never see your friends again.
Those when I stopped eating all of it and I was going to like family get together, people was like, "You just stop this. You just like stop this for now because we cooked and we prepare everything. You just must stop." It's like, you have such a good looking strawberries, you know, and other things that I'm able to eat, and I'm going to really, really enjoy it. And thank you for rest of it. And I'm sure other people will just eat it. So that's again that free will and being have a discipline, because I'm not doing this for anybody. I'm doing this for myself. So my body was giving me signals, stop, you need to stop because that doesn't work, doesn't feel good. So I want to do right thing for myself. I live for myself.
Right.
So, and that's another story. I don't live for anybody else, really. I'm born here by myself, and I'm going to die here out
Eve eventually.
eventually at some point by myself. So, um, we, again, my opinion, we should do everything, and we want to do everything in our life for ourselves, because for the best version of ourselves. And if we are the best version of ourselves, that we could be example for other people, that it's possible, really it is possible to to do good things in
Well,
life in general also.
and it's one of the things that I like, it's everything that I talk about is, like, back to me is you if you aren't your best self, even if you want to give to other people and, you can't because you don't have anything to give them. So, like, when you were suffering at your worst, you couldn't even get out of bed. Like, how could you couldn't help anyone. And now
Yes,
you now you have the energy and the ability to go out and help others because you are taking care of yourself. Some people may find that you're not eating my fabulous bundt cake
mm,
or something. It's like, well, thank you very much. But no, it's not about you, it's about me. They make
yes,
it about themselves if you don't eat their food.
yes,
Funny.
we are funny.
We
Definitely.
are humans are funny things, right?
We are funny. I mean, that's, I don't remember that I used to have fibromyalgia. It's just when I really
Oh, it's completely gone.
completely done, I forgot about it. But every time when I have somebody in my practice, then I see struggle. It's a really hard decision because it's very unknown. I know what I know, and I'm stepping in something that it's totally new, that I give people my example. So I know that we can do things. Definitely, we can do things. And everything what I did, I was my bunny lab for myself with everything what I tried. And I know that things could work definitely if we say yes to it. And that could be such a happy transformation. That could be
Right.
such a happy process because I was miserable. I really was miserable at the time when I didn't feel good. And I was like, I don't want to live like this. I need to find a solution to just feel good and enjoy my life and be happy. So I'm sure that if we start the process, that it's never ending and it's
Yes.
never going back, because that is no comparison even. It's like I feel good in my body, I'm healthy, I'm happy. I could be for my family, I could be for my clients, my friends. Um, Life is good. I started painting not too long ago. I didn't even know
Right?
that I can. So it's like unlimited potential, really,
And
with
I
it.
think the thing that people don't realize is you don't feel like you're lacking by not having whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, so what if I don't eat gluten? I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
I think that's actually this is what was lacking me, and not be able to relax, not be able to see that things can go different way. Um, I don't have to, and actually, I can't control anything.
Right?
That's another thing, that things are just happening, and then I can use my intuition and the free will and just act from this side, not to try to control.
Intuition was one of the things I wanted to ask you about. Do you find that people who are suffering who come to you are having a harder time tapping into their intuition of what would be right.
Yes, because the survival mode is on, it's turned on. So we are in a head. We are in a head.
Yeah.
And in a head, it's like it's like a memory. We storage everything from the past. So nothing new is going to come out from our head. That's why using intuition, but that's a process, trusting the intuition, not the head. That's another new thing that sometimes we are afraid to even try. And but when we try, that's amazing things are happening.
I think in North America that it has been something that's been uh, discounted or not believed that intuition is a thing. You probably have it pretty strong when you're little, and then you suppress and suppress. Oh, that's just silly. That's just silly. I think it was last week that I talked to Janice, who is an intuition coach, to help people relearn how to get their intuition working and how to trust it because it knows. You're right. Your brain just will replay old stories for you, right? It doesn't come up with something new.
Not this is also what I'm using in my life, but also in my practice. I'm encouraging people to try. Just try. Just try. It if not going to work, it's not going to work. But most of the time works.
Well, and everybody is, like you said, everybody is different. Everybody's, I call it an experiment of one.
Mhm.
So, like, I know a friend who had to cut out all nightshades from his
Yeah.
diet.
Mhm.
And when he did that, suddenly his arthritis went, I don't know if it's totally gone, but he was a manual, he did renovations and things, hammers and I'm thinking hammers and nails. So he needed his joints to work well and not be in pain all the time. And it's just like it seems like it's a horrendous change for people, but really,
Yeah.
what if you feel good?
Yes, I started practicing in 2009, and I was my I was trying everything on me before, and so many people I met so many people, and we can do things. Definitely we can. So I always try to empower people. Just do things that makes you happy. Eat
Yeah.
food that you feel good after.
Yes. Yes. Not feel good in the moment, feel
No.
good after.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about the next day and next few days.
Well, I
Yeah.
remember when I was on your podcast, you had eaten something that your body said, "You shouldn't have done that, Adita."
And that wasn't really something bad, though. That was a piece of a cake because we have a family visiting, so we were trying to be very festive, and I just shouldn't eat this, and I have a few bites of it, and my body didn't like it.
Right? You say, "Okay, next time I won't."
Yeah, next time I'm not going to touch it.
Right? And you so because I want all the listeners to know that you have a podcast with Jonita, who is also on recently,
Yes.
and then I was on that podcast, so, we're going to make sure that we keep the link in the show notes for everyone to go and watch it, and, we have your website for everyone to go and check,
Thank you.
because you see people online and in person, right?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
for people who are looking for help on let's feel good. Let's just make sure that we feel good, you know? I want the whole planet to feel good and be happy.
That's my
I can't do it all myself, so I have to bring all these experts in,
yes,
right?
yes. I'm in.
And, um, before we go, because, I want to honor your time, do you have final words of wisdom for the audience?
Yeah, try new. Don't be afraid of trying something new.
That's a big word. Try something new. Don't
Mhm.
be scared. I
Don't be
think that's
scared.
perfect.
Yes.
And get
Good.
support. I would even
Yes.
add get support. I mean, you support your clients as they try these new things, right? So,
Yeah, every time a new person in my practice tries something new, and it's definitely brand new. Brand new
right?
me. Brand new me after.
Beautiful. Amazing. Thank you so much, Edyta, for coming.
Thank you so
It's so
much.
good to talk to you. You know mountains of information, so I know that it could go on and on.
Yes.
Thank you.
We actually all do, all do. We just have to tap in
Right.
a lot
We
of
need to,
knowledge,
like,
a lot of wisdom.
get that wisdom out
Yes.
where the world can hear it.
Thank you so much, Heather, for having me here. Thank you, the audience. Thank you for watching us and listening. Thank you so much. Enjoy your life.
Yes, and have fun. Thank
Yes.
you, friends. Podcast land. Share this with someone who you know could use this. And don't forget to subscribe. Take care. I will see you next time. Hi, my friend. Thanks so much for listening to this entire podcast. If you found it useful and you're like me and you like helping others, please feel free to share this. Give it a like, give it a comment. If you found something useful in it, there's a chance that someone else will find something useful as well. Also, if you have any questions at all, I can absolutely help and I would love to help. You can email me at heather@prosperityflowcoaching.com. If you want more of this awesome content, you can follow me on Instagram, Heather Stewart Coaching. You can follow me on Facebook, Prosperity Flow Coaching. And I have a personal request. I want to help as many people as I can with these podcasts. And if you could give me a review, hopefully a good one, if you could share, if you could send this out into the world, I would truly appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day. And I hope that you find your way to wellness by getting back to me. Take care, my friend.